Okay guys, working on the RV today, and one problem I have, this is probably common with a lot of RVs. So this is the rear bedroom. I have the mattress pulled up right now, but I don't have any kind of power charging outlets in these nightstands. I got a nightstand like this, one like that on the other side. The only thing I have is, you can't see it's black, but it's a 120 volt GFI outlet. So I'd have to be plugged into power or run the generator to have access or use to that. We do a lot of dry camping, boondocking, so I want some like 12 volt charging ports, you know, like somewhere in this area so that we can charge our phones, devices, things like that. And I was thinking of ways, well, how do I get power down to there? How do I get power, you know, down to the other side? There are these lights up here, and there is some 12 volt wiring up there, but I'm not sure where it goes. I just would have to do a little digging, maybe even tear up some paneling. I'm not a fan of that. But the good news is at the foot of the bed is the power converter. So all of the 12 volt fuses and all of the breakers for the power are all right here. So if I unscrew this panel right here, I have access to all kinds of wiring, and lo and behold, I've got access. So this goes all the water tank's back here, but I could run a wire from here to the other side and one to here. And so what I want to try to do is either tap into one of the 12 volt wires, or it looks like there's a slot here that's not being used. It's not labeled. So if I see here, this is a list of all the DC. These are all the fuses here. This last slot is not being used, so I might try tapping into that, or tap into one of these other wires in here just to run some 12 volt. Okay guys, all I've done to this point, I've just taken the cover off the converter here, turned the battery off, the power off to the RV. And if you see here, down here at the bottom, there's an empty fuse holder. That is, I don't know if you can see the number there, it's number 12 on the fuse panel. So number 12 is actually left blank, but there is wire ran to it. Okay, wires run to it. So all I need to do is I'm going to add a fuse to it. Okay, I added a fuse to it. And then if I look in the back here, so I took the access panel off. All of the hot wires are coming out of here, and they connect. They basically splicing into other wires. Now I did find one, so if you see right here, look at this one. I found a black wire, because these are all black here. I found a black wire that just has a cap on it. Okay, see how I found this black wire? It's not spliced into anything. That's my number 12 fuse hot lead right there. My positive cable is going to go into here, and then under this little rail right here, this is a little grounding block. So the grounding from the battery goes into here, and all these white wires are all grounding. So there's actually two open spots right there. So my power wire's going, positive's going here, negative's going there, and then I'm just going to run the cables. I'm going to splice them, one to this side of the bed, one to that side of the bed. It's the safest way to do this because it'll be fused. So now these chargers will have a 15 amp fuse on them. It'll be accessed here. If there's an overload or a short circuit or anything, it'll blow the fuse, and I'll be able to run the wires. So positive here, negative there. And so I've got the bed. This is like the mattress, and the board's just unscrewed. So I'm just gonna run a wire to here, and then I'm gonna tee it off. I'm gonna put it actually right where that wire curls down. I'm gonna go right through there. And on this side of the bed, I'm actually just gonna put it sticking out right here. I have this little cubby right here, but there's not really a good way to put this kind of a connector. It's basically just a 12 volt socket. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put it in right here, so that way it'll be flush, and then it'll hang into there, into this area. And I'll have a charging port. Maybe I'll put it a little lower, like right there. All right, we're just using these little caps to secure. They're little crimp-on caps. This is where I'm teeing into the wire here. All right, for the ends of these connectors here, I'm just putting these little push-on connectors. That way they'll push right onto the end of the socket. Okay, I'm just going to drill a hole right through here. Okay, we got a hole there, and we got other side. We're just going to run the wires through and put the socket in. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the other side here. We just have the 12-volt socket with a little cover on it. And then from this side, we just have the wire here, so we have a wire. All right, so we're just wrapping the project up. I just want to do a quick recap. So again, we're just using the positive wire from our control panel here, using the fused positive. Our ground goes here, and I ran the wires through here, spliced the two wires together. So one branch, a positive and negative branch off that way, and a positive negative go this way into that socket there. The other one's going to there. So now if it ever trips, this will be the fuse that fuses that line. Anyways, that's the project. I'm just going to put everything back together and we'll be done. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.